Good morning, a very cozy morning to all of you. Now, time. Today we are going to study about the tense. In tense, what we are going to study, it's all about the time. As you all know that time plays a very important role in our life. Time plays a very important role in our life. So, time can be categorized into three categories. That is simple present tense as it is displaying on the board. Second, the past tense and the future tense. So, present tense is what? What we are doing right now. That is the running activity. What we are doing right now. Suppose you are sitting or you are eating your lunch. So, this is the what? This is the present time. That is today. What we have done in the past, that is past tense. What we have done yesterday, that is the past tense. And what we are going to do tomorrow, that is the future tense. That is the future tense. So, time can be categorized into three categories. That is present, past and future. Okay, students, now come to the topic present tense. We use the present simple for routine, facts and general truth. When we have to use the simple present tense, that is routine. What we are going to do or what we are doing right now, that is the routine, facts and general truth. Suppose here it is given some examples. I read a book every night. What is saying? That I read a book every night. मैं हर रोज रात में book पढ़ती हूँ. ठीक है? That is the present tense. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. It is saying the fact that water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. It is telling the fact. And this is the routine. It indicates the routine. This is the daily routine that I read a book every night. Now, general truth. General truth means what? What is the truth? The earth revolves round the sun. This is the truth that पृथ्वी क्या करती है? पूरे सूर्य का चक्कर काटती है. So the earth revolves round the sun. In these three sentences, we have seen that in the first sentence we have seen that it is a routine that I read a book every night. In the second example, it is the fact that water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. And the third one is the general truth that the earth revolves round the sun. Now, where we have to use the simple present tense, and what is the structure? It I, you, we, they. What are they? They are the subjects. What are they? They are the subjects. Plus eat plus lunch. Eat plus lunch. So I eat lunch every day, or you eat lunch, we eat lunch, or they eat lunch. This is the structure. But if the sentence or if the subject is he, she, it, what we have to use? We have to add s to the verb. What we have to add? We have to add s to the verb. Plus lunch at school. Suppose he eats lunch at school. So always remember that if the subject is I, you, we, they, then the verb, it is in the singular form. Okay? But if the subject is he, she, it, if the subject is he, she, it, then we have to use s to the verb. S to the verb. As I have already told you, the verb is used in its base form for the subject I, you, we, they. And a verb takes an s, es or ies ending for the subject he, she, it. I have already told you that when the subject is I, you, we, they, we have to use its base form. That is, we use s, es or ies when it is ending with the he, she or it. If the subject is he, she, it, we have to use the plural form, and if the subject is if the subject is I, you, we, they, it is used in the base form. That no need to use the plural form of the verb. For example, I eat dinner, watch TV, and study math after school. Here the subject is what? I. Here the subject is I. So the verb is eat dinner, watch TV, and study math after the school. But in the second example, you have seen that the subject is he. What the subject is? He. So, and he, she, it, whatever it is. So, we have to use the verb in the plural form. That is eats. He eats dinner, watches TV, sorry, and studies math after school. So, you have understood that when the subject is I, you, they, then we have to use the singular form of the verb. But if the subject is he, she, it, we have to use the plural form of the verb. Now, how to use it? And in the previous we have seen the positive structure. Now, when it is in the negative structure, that you don't have to do anything, then what you have to add? Don't. Similarly, in the positive structure, you have seen that I, you, we, they are the subject. And what you have to use? Don't. What you have to use? Don't. That is do not plus eat. But if the subject is if the subject is he, she, it, if the subject is he, she, it, what we have used? Doesn't not. That is does not plus eat plus lunch. Okay students, तो जब हमारा सब्जेक्ट आई, यू, वी, दे रहेगा और स्ट्रक्चर नेगेटिव रहेगा, यानी कि करना नहीं है, तो हम किस फॉर्म का यूज करेंगे? डोंट का. किसका? डोंट का. बट अगर सब्जेक्ट मेरा ही, शी, इट है, तो अब हम किसका यूज करेंगे? डजंट नॉट का. किसका यूज करेंगे? डजंट नॉट का. I have already told you, this is the attention. You have to use it very properly, that the subject I, you, we, they take don't before the verb. What you have to use? Don't before the verb. And if the subject is he, she, it take doesn't not before the verb. The subject is always in its base form in negative sentence. और subject हमेशा किस फॉर्म में रहेगा? अपने बेस फॉर्म में ही रहेगा, इन द नेगेटिव सेंटेंस. So here is the example. I don't like broccoli. My sister doesn't like it either. Means मुझे ब्रोकली पसंद नहीं है, बट मेरी सिस्टर को क्या नहीं पसंद है? She also doesn't like it either. उसको भी ब्रोकली पसंद नहीं है. तो here is the example. Now how to use? And if the structure is in the question structure, अभी तक हमने पढ़ा पॉजिटिव स्ट्रक्चर, नेगेटिव स्ट्रक्चर, अब पढ़ेंगे क्वेश्चन स्ट्रक्चर. जब हम किसी से क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे होते हैं, तो डू यू लाइक टू ईट टॉफी और आइसक्रीम? तो डू प्लस यू, हियर इज द सब्जेक्ट आई, यू, वी, दे. तो इन द क्वेश्चन स्ट्रक्चर we have to use do in the this is the first word. Do you eat lunch or whatever the work you are doing? So here do you. But if the structure if the subject is in the he, she, it, if the subject is he, she, it, what we have to use? Does. What we have to use? Does he eat lunch? क्या उसने lunch किया है? डू यू ईट, क्या तुमने लंच किया है? ओके, तो यहाँ पे हम देखेंगे कि जब हमारा सब्जेक्ट आई हो, यू हो, वी हो, दे हो, हम किसका इस्तेमाल करेंगे? डू का. लेकिन जब हमारा सब्जेक्ट डज, ही, शी, इट हो, तब हम किसका इस्तेमाल करेंगे? डज का. किसका इस्तेमाल करेंगे? डज का. इज इट क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू? सॉरी. Now, the subject I, you, we, they take do before them. Subject this is the attention that when the subject is I, you, we, they, you have to use do before them. And if the subject is he, she, it, take, then you have to use does before them. तो हम पहले क्या यूज करेंगे, does का इस्तेमाल करेंगे. और subject is always in its base form in question. और subject हमेशा अपने base form में ही रहेगा, बदलेगा नहीं. तो do you speak German? Do you speak German? क्या आपको जर्मन बोलना आता है? तो हम यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हैं, तो क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं. क्या कर रहे हैं, क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं कि डू यू स्पीक जर्मन. और यहाँ पे डज शी स्पीक जर्मन, क्या वो जर्मन बोल सकती है या बोलती है, डज शी स्पीक जर्मन. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे हमने देखा कि जब हमारा सब्जेक्ट क्या है, यू है, तो हम किसका इस्तेमाल करें, डू का. और जब हमारा सब्जेक्ट डज शी है, तो हमने किसका इस्तेमाल किया, डज का इस्तेमाल किया. किसका, डज का. तो डू यू स्पीक जर्मन मतलब क्या तुम जर्मन बोलती हो. एंड डज शी स्पीक जर्मन, क्या वो जर्मन बोलती है. ओके, तो लेट्स रिकॉल कि आज हमने क्या पढ़ा, टेंस के बारे में. इसका फर्स्ट पार्ट हमने पढ़ा, दैट इज प्रेजेंट टेंस. टेंस इज व्हाट, इट्स ऑल अबाउट द टाइम. ये किसके लिए है, टाइम के लिए. दैट इज टुडे, टुमारो एंड yesterday. Today, that is the going activity, what we are doing right now. Yesterday, what we have done, and tomorrow, what we are going to do. So this is the today, that is simple present tense. Tomorrow, tomorrow, that is future tense, and yesterday, that is past tense. Okay, students. Now, and what we have used, what we have seen, that in its structure, positive structure and negative structure हमने पढ़ा, और क्वेश्चन स्ट्रक्चर पढ़ा. 3 स्ट्रक्चर पढ़ा, पॉजिटिव, नेगेटिव एंड पॉजिटिव, नेगेटिव एंड क्वेश्चन. पॉजिटिव में हमने देखा, क्या देखा, तो जब सब्जेक्ट हमारा आई, यू, वी, दे रहेगा, वर्ब अपना सिंगुलर फॉर्म में रहेगा, एक्टिविटी जो हो रही है, दैट इज द एक्शन वर्ड, वो हमारा वही. बट इफ द सब्जेक्ट इज ही, शी, इट, then the verb should be in the plural form. The word should be in the plural form. उसके बाद हमारा एक कुछ एग्जाम पढ़ा, ये I eat dinner, watch TV and study math after school. Here the subject is I. यहाँ पे subject क्या है, I. तो हमारा जो भी verb है, that is eat, watch and study, it's all in the what? In the singular form. But if the subject is he, then verb should be in the plural form. Eats, watches and studies. Negative structure, similarly I, you, we, they. Here is the subject, and what we have used, don't. What we have used, don't. But if the subject is he, she, it, what we have to use, doesn't, not. What we have to use, doesn't, not. And the question structure is do. Before, then we have to add do before the subject. Do I eat? It is in the singular form, and when the subject is he, she, it, it is in the plural form. So one thing, or in the one sentence, I would like to tell you that if the subject is I, you, we, they, we have to use the singular form of the verb. Remember that. And if the subject is he, she, it, then we have to use the plural form of the verb. This is the main thing. Okay. So this is the question structure. You have to add do when the subject is I, you, we, they before them, and does before the subject he, she, it. Okay, students. I think the topic must be clear to all of you. So